Okay, so it's been a while since I've done one of these, and it looks like we're going to do another run of Marvel versus Predator. So I might as well go through another Marvel character. Looking at Wolverine, of course. I think they did a limited series 2 years ago. So we'll kind of just run through this. As always, if it ends up being uh, a difference of one, you can pretty much go either way. As always, if you disagree, so the comment section is for intelligence. I can go back and forth on this one very easily. You look at the amount of time that Wolverine has been alive. He's seen a lot of stuff. He's experienced a lot of stuff. Which also get at a spacefaring race of individuals that's whole goal is pretty much just hunting. I'm going to give it to Wolverine because the vast majority of his life he has spent being hunted, whether it's been by the Canadian government, mutant forces, enemies, people who are very similar to him. Fighting ability. Again, you can go back and forth with this. I'm going to give it to Wolverine specifically because there's very few things he hasn't really fought or faced in this. And normally with a predator, yes, their whole life is based upon hunting. But Wolverine's got a lot more experience when it comes to some of these sort of things. I know sometimes I give Wolverine he doesn't win fighting ability against people who are more superior when it comes to dedication to skills. But I think in this one, Wolverine definitely does have an edge in something like this. Strength. And I know people are going to say, but we've seen predators, punch holes in concrete, rip out spines. A lot is based upon the fact that we've seen Wolverine also damage concrete. We've seen him, scratch Hulk. We've seen him do incredible amounts of just raw force and termination. And another thing too is his body, his skeleton is covered in adamantium. So every time he's out walking around, he's pretty much in a full weighted bodysuit. So if Wolverine wants to punch you, he's not punching you with just a regular fist. He's punching you with an adamantium reinforced skeleton. Uh, so think about him having like a loaded punch every time he hits somebody. Speed. Give this one to Predator. So very often they have shown the Predator being able to keep pace with faster opponents, whether they are aliens, things of that nature. So I do think he has a slight edge when it comes to speed. Same thing with invulnerability. You look at the Predator, he does have on a style of armor. So that means he might be able to take a couple of scratches here and there before we start seeing him actually physically take damage and bleed. Where if you've seen any time Wolverine is in a suit, his suit gets shredded, and he's normally in a very level of disrepair when it comes to his body and his clothing. Durability. This is Wolverine's edge in almost every single fight. The moment he gets hit, he's going to start healing. And we don't really see that from the Predator. Yes, I am aware of the fact that they have the ability to heal themselves and create like a tincture and like a covering for themselves, but they're not automatically healing the moment damage is done. It takes them some time to set up their equipment for that. EP, here we are at range. Looking at the Predator, you see that the shoulder cannon, whether it's that or the disc or the glaive, they've got plenty of things that they can use at a range and at a distance. Same with versatility. A predator's whole mo is the hunt. So whether that is using their laser nets, using mimicry, using drones, they just have a whole bunch more tools that they actually bring in any sort of fight that they're in. X Factor. I'm giving this one to Wolverine. This is a similar thing to like when I would do things like a Jedi versus Wolverine. Darth Maul Wolverine is functionally the same thing. It's does the person have a weapon that can damage adamantium? If we're looking at a laser net being able to heat or damage adamantium, then yes, a predator has a great ability to really do some damage on Wolverine. But you have to get past that adamantium. It's either a massive concussive hit to jar his brain back and forth, knock him unconscious, or it's something that allows you to either heat adamantium or cut through it. And that there's very, very few things we've seen in the world of comics actually have the ability of doing that. So I do think that if these two guys were to square off, to know they have in the comics, I think that Wolverine definitely comes out on top.